Last night, I had a dream. I was Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it was strange because I've never seen any of the Indiana Jones movies. But I definitely remember the scene with the boulder from that movie. For some reason, can't quite remember. So, the door shuts, cue dramatic music, boulder drops, and I say something, of course, very heroic. I have to run in my dreams too, because I'm a fatty. And of course, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. In the movie, Jones outruns the boulder just in time before being crushed, but that's not how my over-imaginative creative mind works. I can feel my aching legs from the workout I endured earlier that day, and the tunnel light seemed to stay stationary, like I was running on a treadmill, and that's when I knew I was dreaming. So I stopped, knew the boulder behind me would crush me, but at this point, I just didn't care. I turned around, faced the boulder, reached out my hands, but to my surprise, I didn't feel anything on my red, hot, sweaty fingers. The boulder passed right through me, like a poltergeist who just ate Taco Bell. They say you have to conquer your fears to conquer the world. So you know what I did, internet? In fact, it's easier to show you.
Your fucking place, trash.
Alright, we've had our fun for the day. Time to get serious, guys. Roll the intro. Hello, people of the internet. My name is Creation, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been riddling my mind. As you guys know, Battlefield 1 was revealed a couple weeks ago, and this has been something that I just can't seem to shake. EA and DICE have been releasing a lot of info on DLCs and pre-order bonuses that you get, of course, if you pre-order the game. And it got me thinking, will Premium be making a return in Battlefield 1? Premium is the season pass for Battlefield, and it's been kind of infecting Battlefield since Battlefield 3. If you guys don't know, Premium basically gives you around like 5 map packs, along with some weapons and or gadgets for each of those themed DLCs, and some other small stuff like premium queue times, which I don't even think work. I've never been able to jump in line in front of anyone in the queue. So usually I don't talk about microtransactions and stuff that's kind of in the game. I try to focus mostly about the gameplay, but lately it feels like, especially in Star Wars Battlefront, that a lot of the content was cut and reserved later for DLC. I remember the talks of like the Death Star and stuff going to be available in Star Wars Battlefront later down the road, and it kind of got me thinking about how the French are like the same way in this game. It's a big part of the series, the Death Star in Star Wars, and so are the French in World War I. And it doesn't really make sense that they don't get their piece in the game. And I do understand that it's a business. DLC sells like so much, especially the really good themed ones like Aftermath and Battlefield 3 and Vietnam for Bad Company 2. It's definitely something that's kind of just become standard. Microtransactions, still microtransactions, whether it's $50 in a big one or $5 in 10 smaller ones. And that's why I refuse to buy Battlefield 1 if Premium gets announced, because I know that the base game is probably going to be cut up and so separate, and I just can't deal with that anymore. Most of the time I can't play Battlefield 4 with my friends who bought the game because they don't have the map packs, and they definitely don't want to invest more into a game they don't even know if they really even like. Premium really splits the player base a lot. Now, I noticed that DICE and EA have been giving out DLC for the older Battlefield titles such as Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 4. And it's about time we reunited the Battlefield player base and made all DLC maps free. Now I know you guys are saying, someone worked on these. Someone spent their time, it is their job to create these maps. Well, I think there's a way to alternatively fund these DLCs and not create a rift that Premium indulges. I think that EA can move towards microtransactions in a different way. Over the last few days, I've been looking around of how other studios fund their after development, and the most common is of course microtransactions, but they are very different from what Premium is. They're cosmetic, such as things like skins, extra customization, and even some games, depending on what they are, such as racing games. There are new cars available, but they do not trump the other cars already available in the stock game. And this is a major thing that EA can do. Battlefield 4 already had skins, and it's already a well-known fact that people will pay for extra customization in-game if it means they stand out on the battlefield. Now, Battlefield has always kind of been more realistic when it comes to the skins that they put in-game. There's no 420 skin or anything like you will see in Call of Duty. But I can definitely see some cool things that the DICE creators who actually work on these skins. Now there are also some other things that I know Battlefield is already doing. The battle packs you can buy as microtransactions, but you can still earn them in game every time you level up. Also, there are shortcuts that you can buy. I've never bought one of these. I've never seen really a reason why. I always really like to just grind and play for it, but the people who are less skilled and want to such as unlock everything for the jets who can't fly jets, they can have an opportunity to play with that stuff that they may normally spend much more time unlocking. It's their choice, it's their money. I personally would never buy one of these, but I know people do. And hey, if you like a game so much and you really want to give back to those developers, maybe you will buy it just for that. But I do see these being able to take over Premium sales, because if more people are able to refer people to this great game, more people will buy the game and more people will be exposed to those possible sales. It definitely is kind of the meeting point between gamers and the company, because we all know that EA is probably not going to take microtransactions out of the game. It makes too much money. But it could be a different way. We still enjoy the game, they still make money. I will admit, it could definitely use some more thought. And I hope you guys leave your suggestions or your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, while you're down there, make sure to leave a like if you liked the video, dislike it if you disliked it. You guys have an awesome weekend. Stay creative, guys.